And welcome to another session of Sunday Setups. Today, accompanied with me, we have the main man himself. He goes by the name of Institutional J. How you doing, bro?
Doing great, man. Happy to be here. Happy New Year to everyone. It's the first call of the year. Excited to be presenting it with the two heads of the company. Thought
Yep.
we'd just give you a double whammy just to open the year, man. Excited. How are you, bro?
Double blammy. I'm great, man. I'm really looking forward to this year. This year's been it's been a good start to the year so far. Collectively, we're up 7%. We're in a position to actually allow people to say, look, that based on the live stream services we've been providing and also the trades, the first trade we sent out of the year resulted in profit. It's a good start to the year. Long may it continue. And if you're not already in the Discord or you're not already following us on our social platforms, be sure to follow us on Instagram. It's lit_capital. You can also follow us on Twitter, Jacob.
Yeah, lit_capital, excuse me.
Yep. And on YouTube, of course, if you're watching this video, like and subscribe. You know the vibes. It's lit side.
Yes.
So with no further ado, we want to bring you guys over to our website, okay? And we want you guys to start your trading career here. Now, there's a lot of generic educational companies out there providing you guys with a lot of nonsense. And to be honest with you, if not the results, okay, the community should definitely enable you to find reasons why you would want to be around us. Okay, we don't believe in providing you guys with information based on support and resistance. We don't believe in providing you guys with information based on indicators. Okay, we provide you guys with education based on institutionalized concepts, which means price action only. And in regards to the results, check us out. Head over to Google, check out us, head over to Trustpilot, check out our reviews. Okay, we're really trying to educate and empower the masses in an innovative manner that can bring a smile to you guys' face, as well as put a pound in your pocket as well. So please do check out our free course, which is available via our website, and also head over to the packages where you guys can choose a suitable package for yourself, where you can, of course, learn, invest, and trade. So with no further ado, we're going to go over the economical calendar. And me and Jacob was just talking offline. This is quite an interesting week, Jay.
Yes, it is. Yes, indeed. We have. I'm excited for the pound. One of the majors in terms of what I like to trade. I like to trade GBPUSD. So we do have a lot of forecasts for the pound, which I'm excited for. But to open the week, I'll let Bell continue. But I'm excited for the pound. Go on.
So we've got the yen taking place with the monetary policy statement on Tuesday. But the timings can change, which is the reason why it says tentative. They've also got a press conference, but moving more into the pairs that we're probably more interested in, we've got some news for the pound, 7 a.m. So that's actually pre-market hours for the London market. And then on Wednesday, which is where we start to see things build up, we've got CPI for the pound as well as for the Canadian dollar. And we've also got the Bank of England, Governor Bailey speaking as well. So there's definitely going to be some more volatility surrounding the pound. We've actually seen the pound riding quite high since the start of the year. So it's going to be interesting to see if the pound can continue to push or if we can actually get a decline. But moving into Thursday, we can see we've got employment change for the Aussie, for Shayla. How are you? We've also got CPI for the euro, and the ECB publishing their monetary policy meeting as well. Initial jobless claims with the dollar, and also we've got the Fed manufacturing index for the dollar combined with existing home sales and the crude oil inventories. So Friday is actually a day where we don't see much happening, but we see President Lagarde speaking combined with retail sales for the Canadian dollar and for the pound. So although we don't have a blockbuster week in regards to interest rates, what we can see is a lot of important information such as CPI for the euro, for the pound, for the Aussie, and for the Canadian dollar. These things, not the CPI for the Aussie, sorry, but for the euro, and especially for the Canadian dollar, we can see that there should be some good moves for us to be able to capitalize. So I'm actually going to go into the charts and have a look at US 30. And for those of you who know, we're heavily traders on the indices market, and we actually have a lot of outside confluences that we use away from US 30. So if you would like to know our strategies and how we're actually able to really be successful trading US 30, it's important that you guys give us a message and actually have a look at one of our courses online so that you can get the one-to-one mentoring to actually get the results that you seek, that of course we have. So with US 30, if I start on a higher time frame, I mentioned in one of our live stream sessions on Tuesday this week that I was waiting for price to continue pushing down lower. We actually got price pushed down lower, but then it actually pushed back up, okay, which actually gave us a good area for us to short from. And what we've actually seen really is we're no better off than what we actually first started. We're slightly lower than where we first were when we started throughout the week, but ultimately price is actually pushed up again, creating an equal low, putting a bubble of liquidity below here, and that's actually going to drive my interest up to actually wanting to see the US 30 continue pushing down lower. So I'm looking to see a reaction off of this daily candle. The 62% as well is also going to be very important for me to see price at least touch before we get a reaction. I'd like it to drop deeper, around the 70 or 79%. But of course, based on the fundamental aspects of the market, we've got at the moment inflation. We've got talks of tapering coming. We've got talks of tapering from the Fed, and we've also got talks of a reduction in supply and bonds, which would actually push the yields up, which would be good for equities. So there's kind of a mixed opinion on the outcome that we could have for this week coming up. We could be in a position where we see US 30 actually decide to push up and make a higher high. But you know what we're kind of looking to see right now is a suitable higher low. We want prices to actually push down low enough to fill in an area for us to actually buy from to see if we can then get a new higher high. So that is my outlook on US 30. We are providing charts as well as providing live stream Q&As to members in our community. And the subscription is £25 a month. So all you need to do is definitely head over to litcapital.co.uk, request access to our community. And you know what? Based on this video, if you're watching this, we're probably going to put a link inside the Discord, which you guys can have to get free access to our community so you guys can see what we're doing. Okay. And based on what you see, if you want to be a part of it, of course, you can then opt in to make a payment. But if you're watching this video, click the link below. We definitely will be providing you guys with a free insight to our community, to the trades we provide, to the conversations that are frequently flowing. And if you guys want to be a part of that, of course, you know what to do. So with that being said, I've finished my outlook. I'm going to pass it over to Jacob, where he'll go into a bit more detail on the other pairs we're looking at.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro. Right, guys. First outlook of the year. It's been a while, man, but excited. Anyway, so what I want to do for you guys is go through the dollar. With the DXY, we have had a downside movement to begin the year. As you can see, we was in a very, very choppy range to begin with. Like from the end of November, to be honest with you, we was in a nasty range. Last week, we finally broke to the downside. Okay, so just by looking at this chart, we can kind of see that we've broken down to the downside, swiping some liquidity. I did mention to the Discord community earlier that I was hoping to see what we would do at the 50%, but we didn't really get a bounce out of this area at all, and we actually came to the 62%. Okay, so we filled with some of the imbalance. There is still more imbalance to go, but we are viable to actually validate and push up from the 62%, which it has done. Okay, so as we go down lower in the time frames, we can kind of see we've had a positive reaction, right? So whether or not we want to continue, maybe we get a retest to then continue. That is something that I'm kind of looking at to start the week. It would definitely make sense in order to do that. We can definitely see the bullish volume that got injected after bouncing off the 62%. So whilst we still have confirmations to come lower, whether it be to fill more of the imbalance or bounce off of a lower fib level, maybe the 70 or 79%, that is still valid as well. If looking at the daily, we can see we have lower areas, but we cannot just avoid or overlook the fact that we've had a great push up. Okay, so whether or not we maybe retrace to higher up, or we actually break structure whilst doing so with a retest and then going higher, we have to take that on board and adapt accordingly. So that is kind of the outlook that I've got for the DXY. Leading into it, me and Val, we spoke offline as well, talking about, you know, Chairman Powell. He's getting he's in talks to be elected for his second run as the chairman of the Federal Reserve, and they're also trying to elect a vice chairman as well. So where we was in that range for that period of time, that's probably had the effect of stalling the dollar and not giving us anything in regards to a real direction. So as we've you know, if we look at the year as a whole from 2021, we was very bullish on the DXY. We've seen a lot of movement. There's nothing to suggest that we are bearish at the moment in terms of the daily structure and the weekly structure. We can now potentially make a new leg up. Okay, we have a target too as well. And we, like I said, on the fib levels that we got here, we bounced off the 62%. It's still early days. I'm not saying we're going to go from 62 all the way above, but it's a good start. It's showing good signs that it can do that. Okay, so that is something that I'm looking for in this week coming ahead. Whether we can get a retest or whether or not that it actually wants to proceed lower as and when it comes back down, I do expect to retest at least. We're going to adapt and react accordingly. So definitely keep your eyes on the DXY if you're not, because majority of the people that are trading, I'm pretty sure you're looking at the majors, looking at gold and things like that. So definitely keep an eye on that. Okay. The other pair I got for you guys is GBPUSD. So this is something we was actively trading, and we sent out some trades in our Discord on the morning stream. I think it was midweek. It was Thursday, excuse me, where we was able to capitalize off of this play. So where we saw the dollar getting weaker, what we could kind of see here is that we pushed up into this daily candle with GU rising. The pound has actually been quite strong to start the year again. But whether or not we can kind of just conclude that it's a retracement, which I do think it is at the moment, because we've rallied out of this area. We haven't had any down candles on the weekly, so it could just be retesting higher up areas, right? So where we got to this daily candle, we saw a little bit of a rejection, and then we got a retest on the following day, and we was able to catch a short on that, right? So still in this currently, we haven't actually exited it. This is the actual my final TP that I'm looking at, because I do presume we may be able to get a buy out of here depending on what the dollar's going to do as well. But this area kind of looks like we're heading towards at least. So with that, definitely look at around the 136,500, 136,450 area to see if we can push up higher into this daily area as well. So it doesn't show on the daily area, but that is somewhere that we're looking at. If that area doesn't hold up, we do have a daily area around the 136 and a bit lower, where there's a daily candle with a little bit of imbalance that we could potentially get a retest of as well. Okay. So those are the two things that I'm kind of looking at to start the week, as well as US 30 as well concluded on. And then we're going to see a monitor as the week progresses with the pound fundamental news and the data coming out. We should see some volume and some volatility in this. Okay, so it's definitely on the radar. Most of our community, they do look at GU and they do look at GJ. Okay, so if you are looking at trading the pound this week, bear in mind the fundamentals, of course. All of these charts will be posted in the Discord for our community to access. If you'd like access, as Val was just talking on, please head over to our website. Okay, start the £25 subscription. It's relatively cheap for the amount of value that we're giving. It is relatively cheap. You can't go wrong going into the new year. So those are the two pairs that we're going over. Val's gone over US 30. What I want to stress to you guys as well is don't rush. Okay, we have just started the year. Prepare as well as you can mentally, as well as, you know, technically with the charts. And, you know, as and when these opportunities present themselves, which they will, execute patiently, man. That's what I would suggest. So wrapping it there, guys. Hope you enjoyed the call. Please like and subscribe. One thing I want to say with the subscription, we are actually 11 subscriptions away from 1,000. Okay, that is a big milestone for us. So please, if you are looking at this video, get us to 1,000.
Smash that button.
Smash the button. Okay.
Smash the button.
Remember, guys, every day is money
day.
Peace.
Peace.